A shocking reality is unfolding in West Africa as Burkina Faso and Niger forge ahead with their ambitious rail construction plans, despite a setback from the International Monetary Fund, IMF. This development comes as a surprise to many who expected the countries to abandon their projects due to the IMF's disapproval. This development has raised eyebrows among international observers who are eager to see how these landlocked countries plan to fund the construction of railways connecting them to neighboring countries without the IMF's financial support. Despite the challenges, Burkina Faso and Niger remain committed to their goal of developing their transportation infrastructure and creating new trade routes. This development is a significant blow to the IMF, which has been trying to impose its austerity measures on African countries for years. By going ahead with the rail project, Burkina Faso and Niger are sending a clear message that they are not willing to be dictated to by Western financial institutions. They are taking matters into their own hands and charting their own course towards economic development. Before we continue, please take the time to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when we release new videos. Let's dive deeper into this fascinating development. As the sun rises over the bustling city of Ouagadougou, a new sense of determination fills the air. The people of Burkina Faso have had enough of being told what to do by external forces. In recent months, the country has faced a barrage of criticism and pressure from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, regarding its ambitious rail project. But instead of backing down, the government led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré is forging ahead with the project, determined to connect its landlocked neighbor, Niger, to the coast of Togo via a railway line. This move is a defiant response to the IMF's disapproval and a testament to Burkina Faso's commitment to improving regional trade and economic growth. Despite the IMF's concerns about the project's cost and feasibility, the Burkina government remains undeterred. They understand the immense potential of the railway line and are committed to making it a reality. Meanwhile, in Niamey, the capital of Niger, a similar sense of determination is growing. President Mohamed Bazoum is also committed to developing his country's infrastructure and has invited Burkina Faso's president to inaugurate the construction site of another railway line connecting the two countries. This initiative is part of Niger's broader plan to diversify its economy away from its dependence on oil and gas. The country is rich in uranium and has vast potential for renewable energy, agriculture and mining. However, it lacks the infrastructure needed to develop these sectors and transport goods to international markets. The proposed railway line is expected to address this issue and boost Niger's economic growth. Despite the challenges and setbacks they have faced, the governments of Burkina Faso and Niger are forging ahead with their ambitious plans. They are committed to building the railway lines that will connect their countries and unlock new opportunities for trade and economic growth. The people of Burkina Faso and Niger have had enough of being told what to do by external forces. In recent months, the countries have faced a barrage of criticism and pressure from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, regarding their ambitious rail project. But instead of backing down, the governments are forging ahead with the project, determined to improve regional trade and economic growth. The IMF has expressed concerns about the project's cost and feasibility, but the countries remain undeterred. They understand the immense potential of the railway line and are committed to making it a reality. Despite the skepticism from international financial institutions, the people of Burkina Faso and Niger are excited about the prospect of a railway line connecting their countries. The project is expected to create jobs and boost economic growth, and the people are eager to see it come to fruition. This unexpected turn of events is a surprising twist in the ongoing battle between African countries and the IMF. For years, the fund has tried to impose its strict austerity measures on African nations, demanding that they cut spending and prioritize debt repayment over public investment. But in recent years, There's been a growing movement among African leaders to push back against the IMF's demands and chart their own path to development. The decision by Burkina Faso and Niger to forge ahead with their rail projects is a bold example of this new attitude. It shows that African countries are no longer willing to be dictated to by Western financial institutions and are taking matters into their own hands to improve their infrastructure and boost their economies. The audacity of the African nations to defy the IMF's expectations is truly commendable. By continuing with their ambitious rail projects, they are sending a clear message that they will not be deterred by the IMF's disapproval. It takes courage and determination to go against the status quo and challenge the established order. And these African countries are showing that they have both in spades. The IMF's reaction to the news is likely to be one of disapproval and criticism. The fund has made it clear that it does not support the railway projects and has warned the countries of the risks involved. But the African nations are not letting this deter them. They are forging ahead with their plans, determined to make them a reality. It is important to note that the IMF is not the only actor in this story. The African countries have also received criticism from some of their international partners who have warned them of the potential consequences of going against the IMF's wishes. Despite this, the African nations are standing firm and are committed to their goal of developing their infrastructure and boosting their economies. The reaction of the African public to the news is likely to be one of support and admiration. The people of the region have long been critical of the IMF and its policies and have welcomed their government's decision to stand up to the fund. The railway projects are seen as a symbol of hope for a better future and a chance to break free from the grip of poverty and underdevelopment. In conclusion, the decision by Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger to forge ahead with their ambitious rail project is a major step towards African independence. The countries are taking a stand against the IMF's dominance and control over their economies and charting their own path to development. It is a bold and risky move that will undoubtedly face challenges. But the African nations are standing firm and are committed to making it work. This is a story of courage, determination and hope. And it is a story that should be emulated by other African countries seeking to break free from the shackles of neocolonialism and achieve true independence. The audacity of these African countries to defy the odds and pursue their own interests is truly inspiring. It shows that when African nations unite and set their minds to achieving a common goal, they can overcome any obstacle in their path. The construction of the railway line is expected to bring numerous benefits to the region, including improved trade and economic growth. It will also serve as a symbol of unity and cooperation among the African nations. However, the project is not without its challenges. The countries will need to secure funding and resources to construct the railway line, and they will also need to navigate complex political and logistical hurdles. Despite these challenges, the African countries are forging ahead with the project, determined to make it a reality. In conclusion, the decision by Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger to build a railway line connecting them is a bold and ambitious move that has caught the world's attention. The project is a significant step towards African independence, as it will allow the countries to bypass the IMF's influence and control over their economies. The initiative is also expected to bring numerous benefits to the region, including improved trade and economic growth. While the project faces challenges, the African countries are committed to making it a reality. So let's raise a toast to the spirit of adventure, the thirst for exploration, and the courage to chase dreams, no matter how daunting the odds may seem. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.